In 2018, the Houston Rockets finished the season with a record of 65 wins and 17 losses, having the best record in the NBA. In 2021, the Rockets finished the season with a record of 17 wins and 55 losses, being the worst team in the NBA. How did this happen though? What led to the Rockets' downfall? Let's check it out. In 2018, the Houston Rockets starting lineup consisted of Trevor Ariza, Clint Capella, James Harden, Chris Paul, and PJ Tucker. James Harden averaged 30.4 points with roughly 9 assists per game. CP3 averaged roughly 19 points with 8 assists per game. And the other players were superior defenders and rebounders too. The Rockets were pretty well rounded in their lineup and had a great season going. When they reached the playoffs, Rockets would begin by beating the Utah Jazz and Minnesota Timberwolves 4-1. Unfortunately, Chris Paul got injured and they lost to the Warriors in 7 games. The next season, Trevor Ariza left for the Phoenix Suns, but the Rockets nearly had the same lineup, except Eric Gordon replaced Trevor Ariza. Eric Gordon had better averages than Trevor Ariza, and James Harden averaged a monster average of 36.1 points per game. James Harden ended up becoming an MVP in 2018. At the end of the 2018 year and in the start of 2019, Chris Paul battled with several injuries, which consisted of a back injury and hamstring injuries. In general though, the Houston Rockets did not finish poorly, as they remained with a record of 53 wins and 29 losses, finishing the season as 4th in the Western Conference. The Rockets start off again by beating the Utah Jazz in a 5-game series, but ended up losing again to the Golden State Warriors, but this time in 6 games. Warriors were playing single-handedly without Kevin Durant, while the Houston Rockets had Chris Paul that year. The Rockets fans were surprised though, as even though KD missed the last game in the series, the Rockets were down 3-2, and many fans believed that the Rockets could beat the injured Warriors, but the Warriors were just too powerful. The next year, Rockets traded Chris Paul away to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Russell Westbrook and a couple of picks. Russell Westbrook was supposed to be a key changer, as he just came off a few perfect seasons, carrying the OKC and winning the MVP award. He also averaged triple doubles, the first time to ever do it since Oscar Robertson. There were 2 MVPs on the same team now, in their primes, and they were supposed to make a great difference. Let's see what will happen. Throughout the end of 2019 and the start of 2020, Westbrook was hit with injuries, which consisted of shoulder injury, left ankle sprain, thumb injury, and more. Russell Westbrook didn't play well in the beginning, only playing better in the latter half of the season. It would also be the first year where he wouldn't average a triple-double in a while. Clint Capella also didn't play for a majority of the season due to injuries. The Rockets finished 4th that season. Rockets' first playoff match would be against the OKC. It was a close series, but the Rockets pulled it off in 7 games. Russell Westbrook wasn't playing that well in the series. In the second round of the playoffs, the Rockets faced the LA Lakers and lost 4-1. The Lakers would end up winning the NBA championship that year. The Rockets' downfall was mainly in the offseason though. The Rockets started off by trading Clint Capella for Robert Covington as part of a 4-team, 12-player trade. Eric Gordon was also not playing a lot, as he suffered with many injuries, which consisted of knee injuries, ankle injuries, hamstring injury, and more. The next season, Russell Westbrook was traded to the Washington Wizards for John Wall and a first-round pick. The Rockets' best player, James Harden, and PJ Tucker both ended up leaving the franchise for different teams. James Harden leaving for the Brooklyn Nets, while PJ Tucker leaving for the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Rockets finished worst in the league with only 15 wins. What led to their downfall though? Well, their whole starting 5 basically went out of the team. Clint Capella was traded, CP3 and Westbrook were traded, and James Harden left, PJ Tucker left, and Eric Gordon had too many injuries. As a result, this is the reason behind the Rockets' downfall. Did you like this video? There are more videos right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.